guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm bringing you my Disney World haul. And I am so excited because I have watched so many of these before I went this most recent trip of ours, and we go all the time. We're now annual pass holders, even though we don't live anywhere near Disney World. But we are annual pass holders because we go a couple times a year, and we definitely are going a couple times this year. So if you like Disney, definitely subscribe. I just did the Disney tag, which I'll link up there and below, where I answered a bunch of Disney questions and talked about Disney World a lot. But I also do Disney World hauls quite often. I'll link my most recent one down below from when we went to both Disney World and Disneyland Paris, which was so much fun. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So, as every Disney World haul starts, I've got to mention the resort mugs that we got while we were there. We stayed at Port Orleans Riverside this time, and the last time we were there, we stayed at Grand Floridian. We've also stayed at like the All Stars a lot and Pop Century, Animal Kingdom Lodge. Really, the only moderate though we've ever stayed at was Port Orleans Riverside, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I could not believe how beautiful it was. My husband Tyler has a channel on here that's Travel and Disney, and he uploads our vlogs, and we have a lot of vlogs coming from this trip. So if they're up, I'll link them below, or at least his channel. I know I keep saying that, but there's just a lot of Disney stuff that we've done recently that I don't want you guys to miss. So these are really cute. I of course got the purple and he got the blue, and I'm excited that there are new ones because I feel like it was the same mug forever. Do you guys feel me? Jeez. And of course those are kind of expensive, but you get them so you can refill them anytime you want. Coffee, soda pop. I don't think I've ever actually said soda pop like that. I usually just say pop. Anyway, tea, hot chocolate, whatever. You can refill those whenever you need, and it's already included in the price you paid for the cup, which I think is really nice. Especially if you're staying for a longer time. This trip was much quicker, but usually we stay for like 7 to 10 days. It's definitely worth the money for those longer trips. These ears I did not buy on this trip. I've had for a while. I feel like I'm finally breaking them in. I've had them for like 2 trips now. No. Yeah, this was my second trip with them. And they were really, really tight, and you'll see in the vlogs I have them on, and then I take them off, and then they're on, then they're off. Because they're really tight, but I think I'm finally breaking them in where they're not as tight. So it also, of course, rained there, so I ended up finally buying a poncho. For all the times I've been at Disney when it rained, I've never bought a poncho, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever, these are cute. They used to be bright yellow, and my mother-in-law was with us this time, Tyler's mom, and she is a Disney fanatic as well, and so she had a bright yellow one, and it was so like almost vintage Disney now, but she let me wear it for part of the time, which was so nice. But the ones they have now are clear, and I think they're like under $10, and they're thinner. The yellow one she had is actually way nicer. It's thicker. You can tell it's more well-made. These are thinner, but they flick the water off, and that's their job. So, and it just says Disney Parks, and it's got both the castle and Mickey, which I think is so cute. And it of course lists Anaheim, Orlando, Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, and now they need to say Shanghai because that's opening. But it was well worth the money. It rained actually a lot while we were there here in March. And my husband Tyler, he got one finally as well. So I'm glad we finally have them, because really if you get the air out and you fold it folds down pretty, let me squeeze it, pretty small. I mean, considering it's really convenient to have this versus like an umbrella. An umbrella's great, but you can't wear it on a ride. You can't walk around with it as easily. You've got your hands free with this, which I love. So that was like, finally I bought one. I don't know why I didn't buy one like 3 trips ago. All right, let's get into some of the girly things that I bought, like things you can wear. One of the things I bought was oh my gosh, I bought a lot. This lanyard, and it's a Vera Bradley one, so it was overpriced for what it was, but it has a Mickey as like the thing that clasps onto the things you want on your lanyard. And then the lanyard's just really pretty pink and purple, which are my favorite colors, but there are really tiny little Mickeys hidden throughout. And I thought, oh my gosh, yes, because most people, like if I'm meeting with parents, I mean, most of them know that I love Disney at this point in the school year, but you know, it's not so flashy Disney, but it's still cute and it's durable definitely, and I love it. And I wear one of these every day because it's got my whistle for recess on it, and I love it so much. I'm so excited to finally have one that I like love. I also bought this ring. This ring has Mickey on it, and it's just kind of like these, I think it said it had Swarovski crystals on it. It was pricey for what it was, but it wasn't like $100. I think it was like over $30. So it wasn't super cheap, but it wasn't super expensive. So I don't know if it's like sterling silver where it won't turn my finger green or not. I've worn it quite a lot and it hasn't turned my finger green yet. So I love it. I think it's so cute. I've worn it here in real life too, not just at Disney, just because I'm like, I just like it. It's kind of big, but I don't really mind. But if you're like, I don't want everyone to know I love Disney, this might be too big, but I love it. So, and this should be said now in the video that there were some things we didn't buy because we were like, well, we can buy it on that app they have now, which is like the Shop Parks app, which I can link the app below if I can find the actual like link for the app. But it really is nice because if you spend over $50 on the app anyway, you get free shipping. So we just ordered some presents for my parents because we're taking them this summer. So we bought my dad like a special gift he can use there when we go, and my mom a special gift. And then we also got a magnet because we always buy a magnet when we go, just to represent either the resort we stayed at that time or just something special that happened that trip. And we ended up like somehow forgetting to buy a magnet this trip, so we bought one that said Port Orleans Riverside. And what I'm very excited about is that I've been complaining for a while to myself, and I know a lot of other YouTubers that are obsessed with Disney have all been complaining that they don't really do a lot of resort specific things anymore at the gift shops. Well, they must have heard everyone's cry because all of a sudden this trip, it was like, boom, they had tons of things that were resort specific. So at Port Orleans Riverside, they had magnets, cups, hats, shirts. I mean, just everything you can imagine they had. And that was so awesome because, you know, when you stay at a resort, especially if it's like a more expensive one, like thinking of the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian, you want something to represent that time where you spent a lot of money to stay in a really nice place there. But it's also such a special memory for you. So I love that they finally have that. So we ended up getting the Port Orleans Riverside magnet, but it's coming in the mail literally. I think it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow. So I don't have it to show, but I was really excited to finally be able to get something specific. They did have ornaments too, so it's exciting. We didn't get one though. Maybe we should have. I don't know. We'll see. We've got lots of ornaments. Okay, another thing I bought, and you might make fun of me, but I love Minnie Mouse, and they had these. I saw for the first time in Frontierland right outside of Splash Mountain. They have a little gift shop there, and we were killing some time there waiting on our Fast Pass time to start. And I saw this little hair tie, and I am sure it is meant for children. But I was like, you know what? I think it is so cute. It's a little hair tie, so when you actually like pull your hair up, you can have it in your hair, and I thought that is adorable. So I'll wear it. I didn't end up wearing it the rest of that trip because I got it the very last day we were there. And of course I'm not going to wear it here in real life. But in fake life, when I'm at Disney, I will totally wear this. So that way I don't always have to wear this. I can have the bow in, and it's kind of the same effect, but it's way more comfortable. And especially we're going this summer when it's going to be even more sweaty and humid. It's going to be perfect. So I'm really excited. It does have Minnie Mouse's little signature and her little face there. I think it's so cute. And it was like $5. So speaking of Minnie, I also got this tank top, which I hadn't seen at all anywhere. And all it is it's polka dots, and it's kind of like a heather gray. It might look cream on camera, and it just has her face with her eyes closed and her little lashes and her bow. But what I loved is it has this little peekaboo little keyhole in the back, which I thought was just cute. And it's really, I got mine in, hopefully an extra small. That's usually what I get. Yeah, an extra small, but it's still kind of big and like comfy and flowy. So I think that is exactly what you want when you're hot in the park and you've got shorts on. Maybe the shorts are like squeezing you a little too much and you're like, I don't want like a form-fitting tank top. You want something a little looser and a little more comfortable. This is what you want. So I loved it. So that was an exciting purchase, but then I can't even say this is my favorite because I have too many favorites. But one of my favorite purchases, I posted on my Instagram while we were there. I was posting a ton. And this was kind of expensive. It was like $50. But it was a sweatshirt. It must have been brand new to the parks when I bought it because a lot of the cast members were asking me where I got it. And I was like, you work here. But it must have been really new. When we went to the California Grill at the Contemporary, a couple people that worked there were asking me like, where did you get that? That's so cute. I'm like, it is cute, isn't it? But I bought it in... Was it Hollywood? Yeah, it was Hollywood Studios at one of the shops there on the main like Sunset Strip or whatever they call it. But it just has the castle and the Epcot ball, and what else? The Tower of Terror, because of course they took away the Sorcerer's Hat, which it's no longer the main draw there, which really the theater is supposed to be the main draw. They call it the weenie. But they always put Tower of Terror, it seems now, to represent that park, which is fine. I love that ride. And then the Animal Kingdom little Tree of Life. So I love this. I love that it's like that cream color, and it's actually a really well-made sweatshirt. I bought a hoodie there last time, and you'll see it in my old vlog, or my old haul. And I loved it. It has Mickey really big, and I think it says like Mickey Mouse Club or something like that. But the more I wash it, the thinner it gets. It's really bizarre. So now it's like kind of all stretched out and just odd. I still wear it, and I wore it on that trip, but I was very excited when I bought this, and I ended up wearing this a lot while we were there because it was rainy and kind of chilly at night, and I wore this almost every night, to be honest. So well worth the money. I love it so much. So I also bought, and this was inspired by a bunch of hauls that I watch, the Monsters University hat. This is so cute. First of all, Monsters University is one of my favorite films. Monsters Inc., just that whole franchise in general, I love so much. And so Monsters University is one of my favorites as well, and I thought this hat is too cute. Looks like a little monster munched it here in the corner. And this was another thing that as I wore it, a lot of people asked, where did you buy that? I want to buy it. And it was, under $20. I think I ended up buying mine at maybe I bought it at the Contemporary while we were there, just in a gift shop. It was raining and we were killing time in there. So I also bought one of my favorite purchases, this bracelet, and I'll show you a close-up because it's hard to see. It has these little, cute little rhinestones. It was probably like $15, maybe a little more. But it has these little Mickey heads on it, and I thought it was so cute. And I usually stack bracelets, like 3 or 4 of them that are kind of dangly and bangly. And this one fits right in, so I've been wearing it just every day to work. I just love it. And again, it's one of those things that you wouldn't know it's Mickey unless you just know. So I love that about it. And it's kind of heavy, which again, I like. It feels more well-made. We also bought a Disney World cookbook. Now, the last time we were there, we bought the Kitchen Magic with Mickey one. And it's favorite recipes from the Disney parks and the cruise ships. So we have actually made, I have little markers in here, quite a lot from this cookbook, and they're all like unfreaking believable. We've made like the truffle mac and cheese from the Yacht Club, sweet potato rosemary biscuits it's actually from Disneyland at the Blue Bayou restaurant, but there's tons in here that's so good. And it's exciting because as you go to more and more restaurants there are more things you've actually tried yourself there that you want to make at home, which I think is fun. So this time we bought the other one, and it's called Chef Mickey, Treasures from the Vault and Delicious New Favorites. So we really haven't looked at this too much. I'm intrigued, what are the recipes? Yeah, so these say exactly where it's from. Broccoli slaw from 1900 Park Fair at the Grand Floridian, or this is from Boma, which is at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So that's Walt! Look at that picture of him. That is cool. I don't know why that caught me so off guard, but I really haven't looked at this at all. Okay, take notice of his shirt here, because something I'm about to show you in a second actually connects to that, so that's really cool. I gotta show my husband that picture. That's cool. Anyway, so that was just exciting because we both like to cook, and my husband is an amazing cook. But I will definitely use those, and it's just even another way we can have Disney magic every single day or at least once a week. Another tradition we just started is they now have this artwork that is of the resorts you stay at. So we've stayed at a lot of them, but we just now started this. And we wanted to buy, when we stayed at the Grand Floridian for our honeymoon last summer, we wanted to buy this size of that, but by the time we were gonna buy it, it sold out, and we were like, we should have just bought it the first time around. Well, this time we bought this the second we saw it, and this is of Port Orleans Riverside, and it's so beautiful there. I could not get over. I had heard it was beautiful, but actually staying there and walking the grounds, I was like, this should be a deluxe resort. It is so gorgeous. If you've never stayed there or resort hopped there, you should. So I was so excited to get this, and so we're gonna order the Grand Floridian one this size when it actually comes available. So we need to get the Grand Floridian one since that's kind of when we wanted to start this tradition, but from now on we want to just do it. And we figure it's thin enough you can fit it in your luggage in between clothes without it taking up any room. So we want to use these on a wall somewhere and just have a collage of these, which for us we'll just love that. So this was something my husband got. He did not buy anything, and he never really does. I'm the freaking nut that just buys a ton of things. But this shirt was actually really expensive, but he was set on this shirt. And it is from this new brand called 28 in Maine. And it's a Disney World brand, or a Disney brand. But 28, of course, represents the year that Mickey Mouse was, kind of came out. And Maine represents Main Street. And this logo is on all of the clothing designs that they had of this brand. And it's kind of like a lion reaching for a star. And so Tyler looked it up and he realized it was actually on the crest of the castles in the Disney parks. So he was like, that is some deep Disney right there. And we kept joking about deep Disney and how there are some things that, like, you know, most just like newbies to Disney, or maybe just people that, you know, they're there with their family, but they're not like Disney nuts like we are. They wouldn't necessarily know that or catch that, but you and I, the deep Disney nerds, would catch that, or at least look it up and figure it out. So he loved it. It is a really well-made long sleeve shirt. It's buttoned up. It's totally up his alley, especially like with the sleeves rolled up. It looks so cute on him. So he was so excited about this. And this looks like the shirt Disney was wearing in that picture of the cookbook. So I'm excited to show Tyler that because I don't think he knows that. I also bought okay, so I'm reading the Kingdom Keeper series, which is the Disney World. It's a book set in Disney World, and it's a whole series actually. And they're just good. They're clearly youth fiction, but I love them, and I've even brought them to my classroom and some of my students are reading them. So I bought the second one. It's the Kingdom Keepers Disney at Dawn, and I'm only, you know, I'm on page 42, so I'm not really far into it, but it jumps right into the action, which is awesome. If you've read the first one, you don't need a bunch of exposition. So I'm very excited. It seems as though they have a different like main villain in each one, just based on the cover alone. In the first one, the villain, you know what, I won't tell you in case you read it, but I'll link the series below if you're curious about it. I'm just kidding. I bought this last trip. But honestly, like, everyone talked about him in their Disney hauls, and I was like, I feel like he should like make an appearance, even though I didn't buy him this time, but look how cute he is. I think when I first bought him, I had posted on Instagram, like, should I buy him or the Alice like little tea mug that has kind of a similar shape, but it was Alice in Wonderland, like a little scene from the movie on the cup. And of course everyone was like, Chip, duh! But I still want to buy the Alice one, and they still sell it. I can't believe I didn't buy it this time. Maybe this summer. But he's so cute. He just wanted to say hi. Another thing, I actually did not get this from Disney World, but I bought it right before we left. That was loud. Is this little like kind of fake plastic mason jar type thing with a handle. This was at the Disney store on clearance. So if you have a Disney store near you, look and see if they have it, because it is so cute. It's got one of those straws that kind of like stops itself. But I use it every single day because I'm constantly walking around with water, and I love it, and I wanted to mention it in case you do have a Disney store near you and you can look. Also, if you're just curious about other things to buy at Disney, this was another thing I bought the last time I was there, but it's this Vera Bradley bag, and it has, again, it's overpriced for what it is, but I'm like, the fact that it's Disney though, it has like Mickey strewn throughout the pattern. They have way cuter, and I say cuter because now I'm like wanting another one. I'm like, no, you do not need that. But they have ones that are like pink and purple and blue that have Mickeys strewn throughout the pattern. So you should definitely look. And they've got like crossbody bags and duffel bags, all kinds of things that have Disney in the Vera design. So it's so cute. So, so cute. So I think I covered everything that we bought while we were there, I think. Other than that, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you'll check out my other Disney videos, and I hope you'll check out our vlogs over on Tyler's channel, and I hope you'll subscribe to catch more in the future that are coming, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!